What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Feature Friday. For those of you guys who are new and who have never been on an episode of Feature Friday before, it's where I bring a special guest onto the channel, someone that can provide you guys with extra value to help you guys as you progress in your football careers. And today I have with me a former teammate of mine, Jaylen Tregle, former Southern Oregon QB, current professional QB, played in France, Finland, and is currently a free agent waiting for his next team. I've had the privilege of spending plenty of time with Jaylen. He's a great guy, excellent competitor, and I feel like is a perfect guy to have on the channel to share some wisdom and knowledge with you guys. What's going on, Jaylen? Welcome to the channel, brother. All right, bro. So the question I got for you today is what is the biggest lesson that you've learned throughout your career leading up to this point that you feel like would be valuable for the next generation of athletes, people who have high aspirations to just to know?
Yeah, so I would say that my response is a little bit of a twofold response. When I started playing football, I was encouraged by my baseball coach, who I met when I was young at 7 years old. And when I started, I wanted to quit really bad because I was a little out of shape. I was a bigger kid, and I really didn't understand what conditioning meant in a football setting. And my dad wouldn't refuse to let me quit because I had begged him to play. And even after my first year of doing really good, I wanted to quit again. And, it's very cliche to say your pops didn't raise a quitter, but I understood that my dad was trying to teach me something more than just not quitting, to understand if you really enjoy something or if something is meant for you by continuously going through the hardships and the obstacles to see by the time you make it out of certain uh, stressful situations, if something is actually intended for you or if you have a passion for it or not. And I think oftentimes nowadays people give up things too quickly before they actually understand if they have the capacity to get through it and if it's something that they can then become passionate about. Not everything is not necessarily about a fit according to what comes to you right away. Sometimes they'll come to you down the line.
So, do you think it's something that a kid would have, say, if you're drawn to something initially? Because obviously, anything that's worthwhile, we always hear you're going to have to go through setbacks and there's going to be adversity and everything. Um, but when do you think is that point where it's like, okay, like I should just put this aside, or it's something that you should try to like persevere through and continue on, like how you said, how you were talking about?
Yeah, this is always, I think, a topic of conversation of when to let things go or when the right time is to let things go. And this is not a moment to try to evangelize anybody, but I have to come through with my perspective. And I would say that, from a Christian perspective, as a Christian man, um, I was drawn to the game and it had nothing to do with my faith, but through the game, what it revealed to me of who I am as a person and what I could give to others by playing the game, and then actually me enjoying the X's and O's of the game, I realized that even nowadays, to this day, why do I continue to play the game of football? I realize it stems from what's serving me and how I can serve others. That relates to my purpose. Does this game serve me and does it build me up and help me pursue something that ends up helping me serve others? The game has revealed to me the aspects of myself and my personality. It's helped me build character, and then it's helped me learn to lead others and bring out the best parts of me that actually translates to other parts of my life. And I can't say this. I can't say if this will be the same way that other people evaluate it, but at least for me, and I know for a lot of other Christian athletes, when you can understand that there's a lot of purpose in the game for yourself, that's what will continue to make you go, whether you're getting paid a lot of money or whether you're not getting paid a lot of money. And even when you're getting paid the big bucks, people eventually retire because they understand that the game doesn't serve them enough or serve them at that point anymore. And what they've done for the game and the way that they've served others through that game, they've understood that it might be a time to serve others through another part, maybe due to their injury history or what's taken away from them in other aspects of their life, family life, so on and so forth.
Hell yeah. So you think so at the base of that, what is the true teller of whether or not you should keep going is if is basically you need to know you have to have like a strong why or purpose behind why you're doing what you're doing, correct?
I would say yes, and then also there's gray area of when your why doesn't become your why anymore. Um, your why is it could be something very specific or something broad that ties into the game, but your why could then show more value in something else. If you want to lead others, if you want to be significant, we all know as football players that if your goal is just to receive glory, it's not necessarily good to play the game because even if you're a superstar at one point, you're gonna have to serve others. You're gonna have to really be for your teammates. It can't just be hero ball like basketball and all the fame's coming to you, all the glory's coming to you, and all the attention's gonna just be revolved around you. That's how guys end up getting in bad situations with their teams and whatnot. But when it comes to football, like all the things that it gives you, and then all the reasons why you have your why to play the game, um, those things can easily translate and transition to something else in life. And it might be time to put your investment more into that than it
Yeah.
is the football.
So the game can align with your why for a time being, but eventually it could be time to move on to bigger things. Or move on to things that are more in alignment in that time period that you're at in your life now,
Yeah,
correct?
ultimately, it just depends on what you value. I mean, first and foremost, the why is important for you to be able to get through the dog days of
Yeah,
camp and everything else. Like, why am I doing this? Why am I conditioning so hard? Why am I putting my body at risk? Why am I putting my life at risk?
exactly.
But then once you establish that, then it's like, why am I continuously doing this? Is it only for the glory? Is it only to keep me happy? I think that when somebody is really settled with their life and their identity outside of the ball, it gives you more of a reason and freedom to play ball and when to walk away from ball.
True. I agree. All right, thanks, Jaylen. That was a great answer. I liked a lot of things you said. I've had some other videos that I've already posted that had to do with similar things of that sort. Um, so anyways, yeah, I think that's great for these whoever's watching the video to hear. But so moving on to the next question. It's basically final thoughts. We're gonna keep this video not too long, but is there any final piece of advice or any final thoughts that you just want to get out there that you think could be a benefit to anyone else watching this video?
Yeah. So I have a quick list of things. I would say for the young men out there, young women too, but especially for this generation of young men, whatever you do in life, pursue it 100%. Err more on the side of being passionate and ambitious towards things. Allow the experiences of life, allow the guidance, allow the mentorship that you run into during that process to steer you in more wise directions while you're going straight on ahead. But it's better to err on that side than to err on conservatism to the point to where you are not comfortable with yourself and you're scared to do many things. Really challenge what you believe and what you think about. Me and Jason has talked about this a ton of times. People coming from different backgrounds and ideologies, when you challenge what you really think about, I think that you give yourself more capacity to fill your mind with things that will lead you to more constructive and helpful thoughts, gear you in the right direction, keeping you open to criticism and wisdom, and really allowing yourself to reflect on things and not letting things just stay trapped in and being confused in situations. And lastly, I would say really hold on strong to your family and the things that you value, and understand that you don't have to sacrifice the things that mean the most to you if they are sustainable, if they are truly something that is going to sustain through your life no matter what happens. It's not worth giving up. Your family's not worth giving up. anything that you worked hard for is not giving up, including sports potentially, things that help you develop as a person and be of service to others. Don't be willing to give that up so quick for something that can just glorify you in the moment.
Heck yeah. I love it. Thank you, man. Thanks for getting on the call with me. I know we had a couple times when we were supposed to do it and finally we're able to get on even though it's late, so I appreciate your time.
Sir.
Um, but yeah, hey y'all, thanks for watching the video. And Jaylen has great stuff. He actually produces his own content too. Check out Jaylen's YouTube channel. He has his own channel where he's helping inspiring young athletes and normal people alike. Anyone who would be interested in checking out his page, I'm gonna link that in the description or link that in the description as well. So stay tuned. Peace out. I'll catch y'all next video.